if you want to do that.
I'll cut where it got really like quiet, and then I'll put it together with this. It'll be fine.
Cool.
We'll just explain to Canis and Brian Wall that like we had technical difficulties at that point.
Nah, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. We got thousands of listeners out there,
You're
bro.
right, dude. I agree.
We got people listening every day.
I agree. We actually could stand to put out more content.
And we will.
Yeah. Well, I saw you guys did a sketch the other day.
Yeah, it went poorly.
It's okay, dude. You need to get those out of your system.
I needed to put it out there.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you need to also to just stand in the wave of it, you know?
Yeah. But also I've been getting like Candace sent that message out with this girl who didn't respond to it, but she responded to Candace. Oh, that was funny. And it's like, that's interesting. Cause like it is racy. So I don't know how people feel about shit. And some motherfuckers don't want to,
You know, it's like as you put stuff out, the way you put stuff out changes too. Like there's stuff that I did when I first got equipment and started doing stuff that I don't really do now. Like I made like 3 vlogs, like straight up vlog style vlogs.
Yeah.
And I was like, I liked doing it, but it wasn't me. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. I did those. I don't really want to, I mean, I would make one again, but if I actually am out with stuff, I'll make new shit that I'm into now, you know? So like, you know, you're just like kind of starting out to make things and
put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yo, I was something I wanted to discuss with you, but
yeah, let's talk about it.
So I've been noticing how much I have a view, an in-depth view of people's lives now, like deeper than like when we weren't quarantined, right? And it's like, you know, it's all the cliche shit that's been online. It's so true. We're all just horny. And we don't care about the things we lied to ourselves about. You know, we really don't. Like, I'm seeing people saying wild shit, right? Who before, you know, now that people don't have to go outside and be judged by their peers.
Oh, wow.
They're like, yo, I'm going to do whatever I want. Right? The brain switch. They just
Some people got more the way they already were.
Because they're not lying to themselves.
Oh, okay.
You gotta give those people credit. You gotta give those people credit. If even though we don't like their culture, damn, they riding for it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've said it on the show. I've really enjoyed not having to engage with all the bullshit of the world. You can have it as far as I'm concerned. I don't want the world to come back the way it was. The world sucked, to be honest. Sucked. And I'm happy to be done with it.
Happy. You know, you're right. When you're right, baby. But I also feel like you got to appreciate the shit that we missing out on.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's like, here's how I feel, Kevin. Like my whole 20s, 30s, and today, I've been living in this era in the world that has been going since like I became an adult, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that is true about it is that it's always felt the same when you're in the good times, when your life is like going well. And then when like things turn and things are fucked up, you see how devastating it is to get from where you are to where you want to be. You know what I mean? And then you're like, the world sucks and the world is attacking me downward. And then like you climb back up and you're back on coasting with like in the mix of like, I'm doing okay. And now what happened is the whole structure of that just got knocked over and they're like, hey, listen, we forgot to remind you, but that was the end of that bubble. And that was an unsustainable thing that we didn't even know where it was going. We just we're just monkeys that eat and shit, but we like figured out ways to like fool ourselves into that we're not. And we just got reminded again that we're just another fucking...
You're just throwing shit out here.
Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just doing everything for our own pleasure. And we're not really thinking scientifically. We're just doing things for our own immediate enjoyment.
I mean, but that's every animal on the planet.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's true. Like us getting sort of like we just got a little backhanded as a species, a little backhanded, so that even the dumbest fucking idiot leaders, like even the stupidest motherfuckers who run every one of our countries, like none better than the next, all led by a fucking moron idiot, even everybody was agreeing like, okay, well, let's not go outside because it's bad. That's what the whole world came to. So it's like, even those dumb fucking idiots decided that like, okay, it's bad, so we're not going to go outside. So now it's like, I am like, oh, that whole world of accumulation and shit. Like, wow, could it change? Will it change to something worse? I hope not immediately. Maybe it will. I hope not immediately, but I don't want to go from here into Walking Dead land. That would suck.
Yeah, that's too sad, yo. Fucking, oh man, I was with my brother who I haven't seen in 6 weeks, so a little bit before Corona.
Yeah.
And there was a chance, I'm thinking to myself, even though this motherfucker lives probably 20 minutes away from me, I might not see him for like 3 or 4 months. That could have been a possibility, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, he meets up with me. And I swear to everything I love. Before, it was something, like, my brother's a little crazy, you know? And there was something in his face that recently changed that makes him look like a maniac to other people. Almost like nature telling other people, don't fuck with this guy. Right? And I swear to everything I love, he took his mask off real quick. He looks like he's back to normal.
Wow.
Yeah. He looks like, oh, this is his world.
Oh, wow.
It's like, welcome to my world, Kev. Everyone's freaking out.
Well, dude, freaking out is that's like the fucking pulse that I got from last week's episode. Like, that was just straight up a person freaking out about their own anxieties and about all this other shit that like they can't put into words like perfectly. And man, like, I was talking to my girlfriend, and you know, she was like, yo, you got to give people a little leeway for their freaking out, because it is a freaking out. It is a time where like freaking out is also a feeling.
One second. Josh Pallet is calling.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Let me let him. Let me see.
I'm trying to join you guys.
You know what? I'm so sorry, dude. I immediately just started talking to Kevin, and the time got away from me. You know.
That's what I do for you, baby. That's how I get women to fall in love with me.
I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any of your apologies. So let me hear that again.
I wasn't apologizing to you, dude.
I thought I heard one on the speakerphone of Kevin's phone.
No, it was, I don't know. You know what I do is I set it up and then I do the punchline.
Okay. How's the show going?
Hey, listen, it's a lot better than last week, which let me just remind everybody, I truly hated.
Well, you know, you guys can't see me though, right?
No.
I don't know
why.
You can
see, it says Josh Mack.
It says Josh Mack.
And that's what everyone will see.
That is appropriate, bro. Matter of fact,
you are the Mac. That should be your new name, Josh Mack.
Right. Okay.
Yo, you should go by Josh Mack when you go back out there.
Can I just say, Jonathan, you look very handsome in your Low and Gigolo sweatshirt.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm out here looking like the #1 supporter of the show.
I think you're the last Gigolo alive. What's going on? What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about last week's episode a little bit with Joan.
Whatever her name was.
Leonardo
DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, it was a very intense, very Leonardo-driven episode.
John was saying that he thinks that comes from
being freaked out.
be getting freaked out.
She's freaked out. That's what freaking out looks like to me. And listen, guys, I mean, I hate to gossip, but you know, she says, and we can see proof that she has a black boyfriend, right?
Okay.
And I mean, from what I've heard, that I've heard, not only is black dick big, but also very satisfying. And the level that she's freaked out means that either she was a lot more freaked out before they had sex, or his dick isn't doing anything.
Wow.
Damn, bro.
Think about it. And is it?
John, you feel pretty safe calling black dudes out from quarantine.
Well, listen, really all I want. I mean, honestly, though, think about it. She was a little bit more freaked out. Don't you think that the cortisol levels in your brain would like get evened out a little bit?
I think what happened is she's been living under the guise of the general consensus that, you know, is the woke environment that she thought she was a part of. And like yourself and like myself and Kevin, you know, we realize that everything is bullshit and nobody has the right side of the coin because everything is abstract and it's so finite and tiny and minuscule that for you to try to grasp any side of position makes no sense. And I still think she's actually trying to find.
Yeah, no, I don't want to listen. I don't know. The only reason I said that was to make a joke about something before about, you know, so
black dudes.
Yeah, no, about how like Leonardo was so freaked out that maybe her boyfriend's dick isn't doing anything for her. That was that was the joke. That was the joke I was trying to make.
And I love
you called me racist, and just like Kevin's advice from earlier this episode, I'm going to continue to do it.
I think you should too. I'm a big fan of freedom of speech. Kevin and I watched a documentary last night. Kevin?
Yeah, I guess you can call it that.
What was it exactly? I don't know. I've been tripping on acid for a week and a half. Go ahead, Kevin.
Doc. You said it.
Said what?
You said that. I just want you to. I want to point that out.
That you've been tripping on acid, Josh.
I have.
Yeah.
Have you been putting acid in my? That's why I feel different. Okay.
Is that not what friends are supposed
to
do?
Wait, are you not supposed to be tripping on acid? It seems like a good time to do it.
I mean, I don't have anything else to do.
Seriously.
Right.
I was going to do it, but Josh is scared that I'm going to ruin his house. Like I'm going to shit on his walls or something.
Honestly, you should do it. You should definitely
shit Kevin should do it?
You should shit on his walls. You know what? Take the acid and then just use that as an excuse. Like, I was fucked up on acid. Meanwhile, you take that tab of hit and you immediately go to shit on the wall. It hasn't even kicked in yet.
You know,
like, what the fuck are you doing? It's
the
acid.
wall told me you needed it. It needed it. The wall told me, bro.
Everybody makes jokes, but I live with Kevin, and you know, Kevin.
He shits on the wall anyway.
Kevin is a very good salesperson, okay? Kevin was put up for adoption very early, and he was like, I need to sell the product. So he puts this great – that's why he talks to people all day long. He's just selling. He's selling his bullshit product.
Wow.
Okay? But I've come to discover some things about Kevin that John noticed very early on. Okay? I caught Kevin in the living room the other day making fire. He was burning things in his hand.
Oh, yes.
And I was like –
oh, yes.
And I was like, is Kevin burning sage? I was like, what is he doing? And I swear to you, John, I look at him and he goes, it's not burning because it's wet. I was like, are you trying to light a bunch of paper on fire and doing science experiments in my fucking living room, Kevin? So then I chalked it up to maybe like it was just a very intoxicated day, even though it was like 11 in the morning. And then yesterday, Kevin goes to me, yo, he ordered a pie of pizza.
Yeah.
He ate 2 slices out of it. It was
I heard this.
I had to text Sean about it. He said, can I put the whole box into the oven?
God bless.
Like 10 minutes ago.
When you texted me that, I texted back, never change. And actually, I'm going to make that the cover of the episode.
Can you try to justify that for me?
Tell us what's going on in your mind.
I gotta tell you something. This is what happened, man. I was hungry, but I also wanted to smoke. before I made heated up the pizza, and I was like, yo, I don't feel like grabbing aluminum foil that's Josh's, and like he has like special aluminum foil no one else could use because it's just for his vegan stuff. Because otherwise they won't cook. So that's a thing, apparently. I didn't know.
You're paying attention. Go ahead, Kevin.
So I don't want to use that. And I don't feel like dirtying dishes. I just want to put the box in there for like 10 minutes. Right? And I was like, it won't catch on fire.
He wants to put it in a 400-degree oven.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
I seen it in a movie. And I was like,
it's like this illustrates something I've been thinking about is that for a long time, for too long, we've been championing idiocy in our society. Like we champion idiocy and we disdain true knowledge. And nowhere is that more apparent in what people are saying about COVID and Kevin's everyday behavior.
I mean, I deserve that. But you know what? Once in a blue moon, I spit out these gems.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Like, listen, you're going to get a lot of stupidity. But the gems you get are going to be priceless.
Yeah.
It's like having it's like an elephant ate diamonds, and we just have to skewer.
You know what it's like? It's like whenever we talk to Kevin, it's like we're sifting through a record bin of all shitty records. Wow. But once in a while, we scroll past a great album. You're like, wow, how did they not have a hit in this one? How much for this one? And then you pull out the record and it's all scratched up, and you're like, shit, that's why it's in this bin. And you keep scrolling.
Speaking of classics, the movie that we watched yesterday, it focused a lot on Lenny Bruce, who, I'm not so well versed on. Do you know about Lenny Bruce?
I've listened to some stuff, but I got to say, the movie about him is good.
Dustin Hoffman?
With Dustin Hoffman, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was like in the
70s.
It was good?
I saw it when I was very young,
and
it freaked me out. I mean, here's something that, like, growing up, my parents always let me watch movies that had, like, violence and shit in them. And
good for you.
Very young, I saw several, like, biopics about jazz musicians and about singers and about, people who rose to stardom, and saw their drug haze years, what is it called? Like, created into a movie version, being like the last act of a movie, right?
Right.
And it really made me freaked out. I remember seeing Lenny Bruce's movie, and there's like heroin in it, and I remember being like 9 years old, being like so freaked out about that somebody would take drugs and put it in you, and then I was so fucked up about that. I was so scared of needles and anything blood related for well into my 30s.
Yeah. I think, heroin was put out there to scare kids out of doing drugs.
It's scary, dude. Heroin's scary.
No,
it is really
the scariest shit ever, but that's not the reason why heroin was out there.
Yeah, that's called a joke, Kevin.
No, I'm not. You're not allowed to backtrack like that. I call foul.
You were trying to make a point,
Josh,
bro.
stop pretending
lie.
And you know what, dude? I won't say shit about Leonarda last episode. She was having troubles. She was having boyfriend troubles.
Okay.
But I will say,
what?
But I will say that you used it as an opportunity to bring up every dumb, idiotic fucking thing that you could think of that would like also be conspiracy bullshit. And I did not appreciate that.
Me last week, did I?
Yes, I absolutely. It was you and her were just batting back and forth your moronic ideas.
Listen.
I love conspiracy theories. Listen, I love them.
Kevin had the right idea by doing this for 30% of the episode.
She was.
But she was so passionate. I wanted to interrupt her, but then I was like, I'm just gonna wait to insult her and then let her keep going.
Well, I mean, you gotta listen. There was no way we were gonna steer that episode.
No, there was no way.
Out of anything other than, I mean, she's still going. She hasn't stopped since we stopped.
No, but what I don't understand is here's what happened. Listen, the three of us guys, we're like the three amigos, okay? And what's the phrase that the three amigos say?
Bitches ain't shit.
But hoes and tricks.
Okay, you guys haven't seen the movie, but listen, there's a movie with three comedians, and they're friends.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, you're Rick Moranis.
And they have like
Kevin.
Kevin is the Mexican.
All right.
I don't know if you saw the bot. But what I'm trying to get to is that we had the chance to band together and try to bring Leonardo to our way of goofing around. And instead, we just let her run rampant all over our show, and nobody wanted to do it. And listen, you guys know her better. She doesn't even know she thinks you run the show, Josh. And it was on you to fucking set the tone.
Well, listen, first of all, I'm going to start sending a disclaimer out that this is 100% John's show.
No.
Okay?
That's not true.
I only make the T-shirts. Listen, man, like I was just trying to meet her on where she was coming from. And, you know, this is the thing, John. I have to be honest with you. I haven't had sex in like a month and a half. Okay? Yeah. I'm at the bottom of my game right now. Okay? I'm on hallucinogens. I'm drinking White Claws. Okay? I'm wearing black T-shirts. I haven't done a push-up in a week and a half. I don't feel great. I don't feel great. And then I just found out my son had to deal with mortality without me today. So, like, that made me feel like a piece of shit. Like, I should have been there, you know, to help him out.
So this is your excuse for totally blanking on something good to say when Leonardo was here, huh?
Yeah, lack of sex.
Okay.
Missing my son.
You know what?
White Claw.
You know what? I accept that.
Also,
and I rescind all my charges against you.
Thank you.
You know, she's also a white woman in my eyes, and I just let white women run rampant.
Yeah.
I don't like to see the train stop. I like the freight train to keep smashing through things.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know where it's going to end up, and it's always for the best. If we would have just waited 30 more minutes, maybe just do a 5-hour podcast, let her go, that shit would have been incredible.
Nah, it's not true.
I disagree. I disagree with that, but yeah, sure.
You should disagree, John, because I don't have much else to do, so I've been paying attention to the internets. She has been on a rampage since we stopped. Like, she posts fucking conspiracy shit all day long. Yeah. I was like, I don't have time for this. I was like, I've jumped down those holes already. And again, like I mentioned this last time, I love these conspiracies, but then they always end up pointing right back at me because I'm a fucking Zionist Jew.
Sure,
so, yeah.
Right. Said that point. You could have just said your other point and never had to mention that.
No, that was all right. I don't mind that. In fact, having rescinded all my charges against Josh, I'm going to give him a freebie.
Thank you.
But, you know, one thing about Leonardo also is that she'll be like, well, then you're fake. Like, I know better from you. She's like, I know who you are. And, like, she doesn't really know who you are. She's like, I'll tell you who you are, Jonathan Kaplan. You're a sheep. I'm like, you don't even know what I know, believe, or whatever. Like, stop telling me you know who I am. You don't know who I am, for sure. For sure, you do not even could recognize with me between 5 other nerdy Jewish guys, you would not be able to tell who I am.
Wow.
That is the power of being a big white woman, bro. That's that power, son. They just they call you out. And if you're not smart enough, you'd be like, maybe she's right. Maybe I am a fake.
Right.
And next thing you know, you 6 hours in a conspiracy hole. Just like, oh shit, 5G did it.
I mean, you know what it is with me is I admire a chutzpah. You know what chutzpah is, Kevin?
No.
It's Yiddish for like balls. It's gall.
I love Leonardo.
It's to have
we love her too. But
it's to have she has, like I told her, I said, listen, if the stuff that you're saying to us today, you said to us 3 weeks ago, if someone said it to you 3 weeks ago, you'd be like, you're fucking a Trump-Luddite and a fucking lunatic.
Well, yeah, so, that's a good one, yo.
The Trump-Luddite, you like that?
Trump-Luddite, bro. Post it.
Hold on a second.
By the way, Josh, you have been pretty funny on your status updates.
Really?
Yes, you've been good.
And
it hasn't just been me. Marianne has noticed it too.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, man. You guys have given me reason to live.
Yeah, I was failing, bro.
Oh, so wait, we were watching the documentary on Lenny Bruce, and me and Kevin, we found something very interesting out, John.
What?
Our old amigo, Colin Sick, is the reincarnated Lenny Bruce.
No way.
Dude, they have the same fucking speech pattern, bro. Kevin, right?
I think I know what you're talking about, because yeah, Lenny Bruce has this very clipped. He clips and he goes to the edge of a thing he's about to say and stops.
And he stops.
And then he reverbs on it a little bit, you know, and then like he backs it, and it's not really that funny.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's very dated. It's from a totally different era, literally 70 years ago.
It's so weird, and I don't think.
Look at Kevin trying to do math in his head. Yes, 50 plus 20 equals 70.
Josh plus John minus Alex.
It's like 5 plus 7, but with zeros.
It was. I said to Kevin, I was like, I know he didn't intentionally do it, but it was so close, man. It was so fucking close.
I mean, I actually had a conversation with Colin Sick during the pandemic. I don't think I told you guys. You know, there was a lot of things I was going to say last week.
Oh, let's talk about those things. Let's talk about them this week.
Yeah.
You lost your job.
I mean, yeah.
You got fired for sexual harassment.
Wait. We can go back to what we wanted to talk about last week.
Yeah.
It's about Colin.
I talked to him for about almost an hour. He called me up. And he wanted to talk, just like shoot the shit. He's depressed.
He's alone, man. You know.
Yeah, he's depressed. He says that he has other people who like really pushed him away because of alcohol, like legit. Like we pushed him away because of alcohol in a way by kicking him out of our podcast, and we haven't been buddy with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a direct result of his alcohol problem. I like that I put quotes around it, even though it's real. and the reason he's not on this show, that's, the episode is out to listen to. Like, he was on the show. Anyway, but like, I have no animosity toward him, and he never wronged me in my life. So I was like, yo, dude, I love you, man. Listen, I'm glad you're getting your shit together. And it's like, we talked about other things. Like, we didn't even talk about that he was off the podcast or anything like that. We just had a regular conversation. But he was saying that, like, there are other people in his life that are really, like, even through this, like, stay the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want to be friends with you. You know what I mean? And he's like, no. But he was like, that is so hard to deal with. It's so hard to have that in your life. Like, you feel like such a bad person. You want to be doing better. And I'm like, yeah, that's like a profound thing to think about.
Also, shout out to those people for strong convictions.
For being like, no.
Yeah, that's really also a hard thing to do.
Yeah, no backsies.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's easy to blame alcoholism on people not wanting to see you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Some people even sober, like nobody really wants to.
You're right. Crack.
Oh wait, this is a good one. Colin Kevin saw Colin a couple weeks before quarantine started, and Kevin was like, hey, can I come bring Colin and what's his name, Farrell, up to your house? I'm like, no, Kevin, you cannot. But Colin told Kevin, what was it that he fucking told you?
So you went into this?
I'm sorry, I lost my fucking train of thought.
Yo, I will say something Colin did mention about the show.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. He said that he listened to the episode where we fired him.
Yeah. What did he say?
Did he tell you this?
Well,
he might have.
That was an interesting conversation to have with him. Because he was like, a lot of people get kicked out of things and they never truly know why. They don't have it recorded. And I was like, that is the funniest way to think about that. That's what Colin is like. He knows that's funny.
Yeah.
But we also know how painful that is. It was so painful. There was so much pain in it.
He said he listened to that, and then he listened to the second episode with Colin Alto, with Ian.
Oh, right. Yeah. he actually listened. He told me that he's been listening to a lot of them.
Good.
And he was like, he likes the show. He basically said he likes the show, and he's like, he likes when we do get to some sort of like interesting perspective thing, you know. So he doesn't think it's that funny.
There's a
We're hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Yeah, no, he was saying that. No, I had a good conversation with him. I mean, like, listen, this era that we're living in now, like, I'm glad that it changes everything from before. Like, I saw today that Upright Citizens Brigade went out of business and it will no longer be in New York. And I was like,
I get a suggestion, bankruptcy.
No, but yeah. But you know what I think, though? It's like, I'm happy to see that era leave New York.
Me too.
Because, like, I was around for, like, its blossom, and it's sort of like, I don't know, I'm happy. Whatever normalcy we return to, I'm glad that it will be its own thing and not like a remnant of some old shit that stays around for like, oh, we're status. You know, the status that UCB sort of like imposed on the creative community, it's not needed. I think it's and honestly,
it's a cult.
And honestly, I feel like also that like geography should no longer dictate where like the great things come from.
Yeah. That's a good fucking point. Cause bro, how could like I would love to be doing comedy in Wyoming. Like, no, but like for the year. Like,
right.
Run open mics, not just go there for a club, run open mics, do comedy where like I can do
people think like you.
But nah, man, and like we have the internet now.
Yeah, well,
New York is not cool. New York is cool, sure, but it doesn't have to be the hub for cool because we're all integrated now. We all know what New York is doing. We don't got to be there to know what New York City is.
Here's my prediction, and you know what? A lot of my predictions came true. Okay, one of my predictions, if we listen to the earlier podcast, was that the world's going to change, regardless. And I said this early on. They're going to realize people don't need to fucking be in an office anymore. And I just read an article yesterday that Merrill Lynch, like big shareholders in like corporate buildings are like, we need to rethink our strategy because businesses are noticing like, you know what? No one's been in the office for a month and we can still kind of get shit done. So like that entire world is split upside down.
Also, they save so much money on internet, phone, fucking the rent.
What else?
Yeah, what other things do people
office supplies, sexual harassment,
cleaning people, right? Yeah. Look how PC I am, cleaning people, cleaning ladies, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the world is fucking changing, and it's changing for the better. But yeah, and I listen.
How much does sexual harassment go down if they decide, you know what, if you're like an office employee?
If there's no office, there's no sexual harassment.
Guys,
like on Zoom.
Guys, right? I didn't get furloughed for sexual harassment. How many times do I have to tell you?
Well, you also didn't get promoted because of sexual harassment.
I didn't get anything because of sexual harassment. Nothing happened to me because of sexual harassment.
Why were you second for
Why are you trying to implicate me in a sexual
Why were you second camera in a company that only had one cameraman?
What are you talking about?
Huh?
Stop pretending like you know what I did for a living.
Yeah, man.
I think it's been proven many, many times that you're only a complete idiot, and that's it.
Thank you very much, and I hope you can testify that at my court hearing
for sexual harassment.
I was going to post on Facebook that after 6 weeks I'm officially filing sexual assault charges on myself.
That's nice, dude. You're hitting your stride. You're hitting your stride with status updates.
Enough is enough. I don't have anything else, John, okay? I was a dad.
No, it is great. It is great. It's great you have something. All Kevin has is reposts.
I love my repost, bro.
You know, think of how much better Kevin does with a repost than you do with an original status update. Just up there getting 12 or so likes. Meanwhile, Kevin's reshare is getting 3 more reshares, and then 100 more reshares after that. It really makes you want to reconsider all of your efforts.
Grade my fucking animal, okay? You fucking asshole.
Yeah. No, I only know how to do one thing. Listen, I'm also having a tough time with this pandemic lockdown thing. Don't you think that I would rather be there with you right now in real life?
No.
Making fun of you to your face?
I wish. I'm really, I think, honestly, John, you're doing the best out of the three of us.
Thank you.
And I think that is the way it should be.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, low-end gigolos. You're listening to low-end gigolos.
John needs the least amount of sex, the least amount of food, the least amount of weed. Kevin and I just need so much more to live our lives. John just needs a fucking green screen, a small bottle of lotion for an entire
I know.
year.
I will nurse a 6-ounce bottle of lotion for 3 years.
Kevin and I masturbate.
80% drinking of dry, really.
I mean, I had to learn how to masturbate dry because lotion was getting expensive.
Yeah. I actually truly don't really use lotion.
Yeah,
the more it hurts, the better.
That's what girls say. But like they say that behind closed doors.
That's what. I know. That's
now
what
they post it on Instagram.
That's what girls say. And when I was a kid, people called me a girl, so I
That's not what I meant. All
right. Hey, John, here's an interesting observation that I've made and concurred with Kevin.
All right.
Like some of these because like me, I'm friends with super hot Instagram females.
Yes, talk to me.
They have gone missing in action as of like mid-February.
Talk to them, Josh.
Their Instagrams have gone dark since
really?
February, and I was like, oh my God, have they died of the corona? No.
Talk to them, Josh.
They no longer have a life anymore because their lives have been completely destroyed. Like their lives consisted of like going to a nightclub or being on some rich fucking dude's yacht. That life is gone. So they're like stuck in their lower middle income homes without some fucking like sugar daddy to like maintain their lifestyle and have a Louis Vuitton like bunny in the background to take a picture in front of.
What you're saying makes me curious. I feel like I need to check up on some of my Instagram hoes.
You really should, because I showed him 4 in a row.
Well,
and they were all gone. They all hadn't been seen from for 6 weeks.
So I don't follow as many. I follow some Instagram babes. They're not necessarily hoes. They're babes. And their lives have not gone pretty crazy, but then again, they never were like straight up Instagram
hoes.
Well,
here's the difference. So there's different types. So like an Instagram like hoe, let's just say for this conversation, because there's no definitive definition. I'm talking about the one that like goes to the nightclub, who's in Marquee. She's in, she's like, oh my God, you're gonna go to this rich guy's penthouse. Those types of girls, the ones who are always in the place to be, the hottest spot. Like someone's in the picture with like a champagne bottle with sparklers coming out of it. Like they're incognito, they're gonzo.
Yeah.
The ones who I like appreciate, the ones I really love, like real hoes. The ones who like stay home and just take pictures of themselves being hosed in their houses.
Yes.
Yo, their business is thriving, man. They're home. They're like, I'm still here, bitch. Got their leg up.
I mostly only followed the latter. So that's so I consider those. Maybe I have my terminology wrong. I consider those women babes.
Ones that are out.
That's it. Bro.
Right.
You know what? Listen,
there's some crossover. You're right.
They're just different colors of the same type of cat.
Yeah.
The bottom line is their lives have been impacted, and they need their stimulus.
No,
I don't think their lives have been impacted because they were running pretty much internet businesses of showing people themselves naked.
Oh, see, that's why we need the correct nomenclature. Which one are we defining?
Okay, so hold on. Let's do the spectrum. Let's figure out the spectrum. There's and starting the spectrum small and going up to the highest levels of it. But I'm talking about so there's like girl who is like kind of hot that lives in your town that takes like sort of pictures around town that she's hot. Then there's the next level is like kind of a model, probably has done like lingerie shit, but like not going to show like like straight up naked. Then there's
so far, they're good. They're good. What are we calling those? Homes.
Those are
Babes.
like babes. Those are like babes.
Those are babes? Okay, babes.
Those are the babes. The girls you wish you could bring home to mom.
Then there's like the girls who like have like OnlyFans and shit. I think that's from there is like a whole bunch of like up to porn star, and then you think I make the jump too early?
You made the jump too early because so you have like what you're talking about initially, like the home, like you got local hot girls, okay, from like weird parts of the country.
Okay.
Then you have like
international hot girls
who've done a little bit more. They've done like a little bit of like some like weirdo in the neighborhoods. Like I'm a fucking fashion photographer.
Okay, right. And then from there, you have like the international.
They're not stripping yet. They're not making money off of that kind of stuff yet. They're just like posting.
They might also be models. Like
they might be. They're aspiring models. Okay,
right.
They're aspiring.
What do you call them?
Then you got to jump from there. You got because that's usually these are where they come from.
Kevin, I would still call those babes.
Okay.
They're still babes, but now you get the next jump up. They're like, oh shit, I'm hot. I'm gonna go where like dudes who have money are and like where it's happening. So you have those chicks who are now going out to like the hottest clubs. They're hanging around dudes who have money. They're taking them to yachts and on vacations. And that echelon, that goes really, really high. That goes like all the way up. You know, that's a good, like, there's a big differential where
and those girls don't even have OnlyFans yet?
No. Well, the OnlyFans can start at the very bottom and run the gambit.
You're right. It's actually, that's like it's like, right. Those people are actually just sort of like I don't know. How are those people living? So tell us your inside theories about those girls.
So this is what's going on. So like those girls who were, you know, accustomed to like, you know, jumping on the wealth bandwagon. They're like, oh, we're going to hang out with, you know, John Kaplan because he made those millions off of that grading animal shit. Or, you know, we're going to hang out with Kevin because he won that counteraction class lawsuit for his sexism.
Ooh,
and then they're like hanging out with you.
That's what I call a clean finish.
They're hanging out with you. You know, they're hanging out with rich dudes and they're going to like the coolest parties because they're hot. That life is gone. That's completely gone. So like now they're like back at home. They're not looking as great because those type of women, they cost a lot of money to maintain their beauty. They need, you know, constantly to have their hair done, their eyebrows done. They're starting to fall apart. But so they're going to need to supplement their income. So like that's where the OnlyFans territory is starting to open up. So those women are going to have to cross-venture into.
These girls need to get ready, bro. Because when this shit is over, they can't be looking like they girls from Ohio. They got to look like New Yorkers.
Yes, but Josh, also now, aren't a percentage of those girls also gigolos?
Yes, of course they are.
Of course.
So I would consider the girls that I'm specifically talking about, they are in essence female gigolos. They are women who are living a luxurious lifestyle, jumping from scene to scene and living off, you know, their good charm and good looks.
It's really gigolo on gigolo love.
It's gigolo on gigolo love. That's what I call.
Because the dudes are also gigolo.
Some of those dudes are dorks, man.
Josh Mack, I'm gonna need you to jump right into like gigolo on gigolo love R&B.
Well, here's the thing: like, you don't need to be a wealthy person to have the presence of beautiful women. In fact, beautiful women don't really care about that stuff. They care more about the ambiance of what you're providing. Are you providing fun? Are you providing entertainment? Are you providing laughs? Are we living in a free society? Are we able to say what we want? Can we drink and party? Can we wear very scandalous clothing? And when you're in the presence of people like ourselves, like the gigolos, yes, you can.
All right, so those are the socialites, though.
Say again?
Those are the socialites.
Yeah, we're still on the chart. We're still making the chart of
babes,
from babes,
socialites,
right?
And then
all right. So now we're going to work ourselves. But so that this is the thing. So like those types of women who are living in that high life, they are the ones who are from like the lower bottom up into the like mid-range, their life is completely gone. So if you go to their Instagram account, their life has been suspended somewhere around February. Okay?
Wow.
And that really, unfortunately, it's based upon their attractiveness. Because the ones who are like ridiculously hot, their lives have continued on because those are the ones who are hanging out with the wealthier dudes. Because there's wealthy dudes and then there's really wealthy dudes.
Right.
So like the middle wealthy dudes who were like taking these like middle, hot babes out all the time, they're in like Kennebunkport, Maine,
So
down with their family, like keeping safe.
So
they're going to be back out, but for now, they're home. They maybe took one or two
Jesus Christ.
hoes home.
So the socialites, right?
Yeah.
Their lives are over, right? What about the at-home socialites? The one that post up the thought pics.
Yeah, what about their lives?
Their life is like they're getting.
That's what are those things called? The diagram with the circles.
A Venn diagram.
Venn diagram. Yeah, this is like a big Venn diagram because like they meet somewhere in the middle. I think almost all of them are meeting in the middle, and basically because we have a captive audience that's stuck at home of men, and we're all just basically monkeys who want to like make our penises explode a few times a day.
Episode comes full circle, Kevin.
It comes back around. I think
monkeys throwing shit around, bro.
They're all meeting they're all meeting somewhere in the circle going, it's time for us to capitalize. As most people in this environment, no one's making any money. They're like, I told Kevin, what did I say, Kevin? I was like, what was it? I said a girl should post right now. You don't know how many people actually want to see you naked for your fans only. Every fucking, for every woman out there, like they're starting to realize like there's a dude out there who wants to look at me naked. And we're all stuck at home. You might as well capitalize on it.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to see.
Oh, Kevin, because we wanted to do Kevin had a sketch idea. He forgets everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your sketch idea? You don't remember?
I vaguely do.
Wow.
Kevin, sketch
I
idea,
love that he really doesn't remember.
Kevin's sketch idea was basically he wanted to do like an infomercial that Kevin and I are running not a scam, but we're running a company that we help you set up your fans only.
Your only fan.
Yeah. That's awesome, dudes.
Right?
Guys, can I give you guys a little advice?
Sure.
I saw you guys' last sketch. I just want to give you guys a little advice. One comic idea per sketch.
You're right.
Why? You thought it was too much?
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you a little advice.
I thought the problem with our sketch was that we put it out there, and the first 2 seconds is a blue screen, and nobody wants to look at a blue screen. So.
No. I thought that like you had two ideas that could have been given their own time,
which we're gonna do. And
then it was like, well, I guess it introduced the ideas. Listen, like I told Kevin earlier, I'm like, it's good that you put it out. It's good that you made it and put it out because like you need to like get over the hump of just like
throwing stuff
feeling
out.
Precious about this shit. Just fucking make it, get it out. Make it, get it out. Like that's important.
Otherwise, any other critique?
No, that was actually my big critique. I'm like, one comic pursuit in each thing. It doesn't, you can like have a comic idea and hit it from a million different angles.
Right.
But it's like you only have like so much time. So I felt like you started something and then dropped it and then started something else and then it was over.
Right. Yeah. It felt more like a commercial for something else that you're putting out.
Right. But that's
which
fine.
Is what it's supposed to be.
Cool, dude. That's awesome.
How was Kevin's acting?
I gave Kevin sincere praise last time.
Yeah.
What I really liked about it. That's not all I have to say about it. Kevin, you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. But Josh.
My hair, right?
That fucking hair was... The whole thing should have just been you with that hair. The whole entire sketch. If I were doing it, I would have seen that in the mirror and been like, yo, fuck all that other shit. Just put the camera on me for 1 whole minute.
Dude, that character's
gonna whatever you said in that with that look would have been amazing.
Yeah, you like it? All right.
I didn't even know who the fuck that was at first.
That's
we have a good idea. We have an idea where he's gonna be like huddled in a corner, crying about what's going on, and and just having Trump keep saying shit. And he's like, why does it keep going? And just keep and
That's good.
have him up there doing what he does.
And
That's
then the culmination of the characters, hopefully maybe you could do something with us, is that one of us gets caught with a telephone conversation outing us as actually like a Republican or saying something racist, like something funny like that.
That's cool. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it'll be great. Hey, we haven't played this in a long time. How many minutes are we in?
I think we're good for 45, 48.
You're right.
Are we pausing and doing the bonus after?
Well, Kevin and I did an episode for about half an hour before you joined us.
Well, can I go take a lead? Because I want to finish the episode with you guys.
Well, let's finish this episode.
Why don't you leave? Me and Kevin will finish this episode, and you join us for the Patreon. Cool.
You get the fucking stepping.
Yeah. Wow. No,
and that's how it really ruins the flow, doesn't it?
And that's how it's done, Kevin.
I gotta take more notes. I really do.
Just take control. Fucking somehow he'll just listen to whatever you say. Hi guys,
we've been most of life. Most of life, just take control. People listen to whatever you say.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't totally work all the time. It only works.
I think it works a remarkably a lot of times. Like people, you just take control, bro. Like, yo, John.
Yeah.
I want you to come over next week. Come over next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, come over. You're coming over.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be doing that, guys. You've been listening to the Low End Gigolos, Kevin.
Good night. Pull out.
Hell yeah, dudes. That was great.
That was great, yo.